Hello, Lori Michelle with another Moshiach Exposes Chinks in the Armor. You control your own ship, not theirs. There are lots of people who are controlling. And sometimes we get into relationships where people try to control us. But the chink in your armor that I'm here to present to you today is Et tu, Brute, you're doing it too. And you might feel insulted by that. And if you are, and you're becoming defensive, that's controlling behavior, believe it or not. You're deflecting and defending yourself. When I'm not here to take you down, I'm here to help you to see the problems in your life, to remove those problems from yourself, and eventually heal yourself from the inside out. You steer the ship of your own life from the inside out. Yes, you have to control your physical life, meaning take care of your health, eat right, exercise, put a roof over your head. Truly, it's Hashem that provides all of that for us, but we need to do the work of controlling our surroundings. But we cannot and should not ever try to control the people around us. Our spouse, even our children, deserve to make choices for themselves. And the minute you become a manipulative person trying to control someone else, you're interfering with someone else's personal freedom. And you don't like it when someone does it to you, so you need to be on the lookout about not doing it to them. What goes around comes around until someone sits up at attention and says, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want it done to me, and I don't want to be the person who does that to someone else. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Otherwise, this video is going to go on forever. There are many examples. But one example of controlling a manipulative behavior that you may not have been aware of is controlling a manipulative is being the victim. Woe is me, I've had such a hard life, nothing goes my way, I've had bad health since I was a baby, yada, 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 woo, 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 the little violin playing in the background. Well, why do people do that? And I'm sorry if you're someone who does that, but you need to sit up at attention and say, I don't want to be that anymore. People do that because it gains sympathy and love and attention. And if you are someone who has suffered your whole life with poor health, it works. Mommy and daddy don't want to see you sick. So you're sick and you complain, Mommy, I don't feel good. And Mommy holds you. And Mommy buys you a toy because you didn't feel good. And it works. But it's ugly behavior that should not work. Meaning, if someone's sick, you take care of them, but you teach them how to stand up and take care of themselves. You don't placate the Yetzer Hara. You notice when it's shifting to a manipulative level. I'll give you an example of how young people use manipulative behavior to hit at people, hit at their parents, hit at their friends, and it's a power struggle. It's controlling behavior. Young people will use social media in a very repugnant and evil way. But I'll give you one teeny weeny example of controlling behavior that you may not have thought of as controlling behavior before now. If you have a smartphone and you have millennial children or teenage children, you might communicate with them on WhatsApp. And maybe one day one of your children is angry with you. And you send them a WhatsApp message because you want to talk about it. You want to communicate. You want to make it better. So what does the millennial or teenage child do? They see the message from mom and they don't answer. They let them pile up. They allow mom to see the 2 check marks that the message was delivered, but they won't give mom the satisfaction of giving her 2 blue check marks that the message was read. And the millennial or teenage child allows that to go on for a day or 2. Maybe they're not living together any longer. The child's in college or living on their own. It's manipulative behavior. I'm going to let mom know I'm mad at her. Well, what's mom to do? Mom doesn't want to be controlling. Mom wants to make it better. What does she do? Does she cry about it? Cry to her spouse, oh, our child is not answering me. What do I do? This is not like my child. I just want, and whining. Wah, 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 wah. More manipulative behavior. What to do? Don't give in. Don't give in to someone else's Yetzer Hara. Don't give in to your child's Yetzer Hara. Don't give in to your spouse's Yetzer Hara. Stop the whining and do something. So if someone is angry and is acting out on WhatsApp, for example, send one message. Don't let them pile up. Let them know, listen, I want to fix this with you. I can see you're getting my messages and not replying, so you're angry. When you're ready to talk, I'm ready to listen. Sign off. Don't keep baiting them. Don't give in to it. They win. If you keep being the one who's messaging and, oh, child, what's wrong? You're feeding that Yetzer Hara in your young adult or teenager. And you're showing them it's working. Don't let it work on you. And don't work on your spouse. Don't bring your agita, you're upset with your child to someone else, unless it's someone who can give you guidance. I'm not telling you not to go to someone who can help. Listen, I have this problem with my child. Can you help me sort through this so that I know what to do? That's constructive. Constructive conversation. It's not Yetzer Hara. It's not controlling behavior. Another form of control that spouses use when they're in a marriage, a dysfunctional marriage, is one of the spouses is usually stronger than the other, has a stronger mouth, maybe more derisive, uses put-downs like, you're just like your mother, your mama. They bring other people in the room that are not even there in the conversation. Something's happened, maybe the dinner got burned, or maybe the spouse doesn't like what was cooked for dinner. And the spouse who's controlling mouths off, you're just like your mother. You never do this right. You always cook what you want and you never cook for me. You are selfish. I use that example a lot because if someone has accused you of being selfish, it's manipulative, it's controlling, it's pure Yetzer Hara. If you're not being controlling, you have no need to call names. You have no need to engage. You just walk on and move on with your day. No, I cooked what I wanted for dinner. If it doesn't make you happy, go get pizza. I'm going to go eat my dinner. Don't give in. Don't give in to controlling behavior. And don't use it on someone else. Don't get baited into using controlling behavior to control your situation. Learn that you control yourself, your inner self, your soul, your relationship with Hashem. And no one can interfere with your inner peace unless you give your approval. I hope this wasn't too confusing, but he wants me to give one more example of what non-controlling parental behavior looks like. We're going to go with the parental example now, yes? Let's say one of your children, a young adult, comes to you and wants to get married. And you meet the young let's say it's a daughter. A daughter comes to you and brings a young man and they want to get married. And you do not like this young man. This young man is just putrid. He's not a nice boy. What do you do? What do you do? He said, what would you do, Lori? I don't use controlling behavior. I have no need for it. So if one of my children came to me and I didn't like the young man that maybe my daughter wanted to marry, I would say to my daughter, this is what I see. I see some danger signs, but it's your choice. You're a young adult. You need to choose for yourself. But this is what I see. And let her choose. It's her life. It's her choice. It's not mine. If the choice goes against God, meaning your child comes to you and it's a marriage or relationship that breaks his laws. I won't give any examples. He said, no need. A marriage that defies God's laws. It's not a marriage in God's eyes. What do? I don't go to the wedding. I tell my child, I love you, you're a young adult, you must make your own choice. I don't approve of this because you're breaking God's laws. And I'm not coming to the wedding. And I don't encourage or endorse that choice. But I don't meddle and I don't say things like, you're dead to me, out of my house. No, no. The door for my children is always open, but I will not condone and facilitate my child breaking God's laws. I let my children choose. They know where I stand on the issues. They know whether I like their potential spouse or not. They know. I communicate. I don't dictate. Hashem is not a dictator. He's God. He lets you choose. And it's our privilege to bring children into this world and allow them the same courtesy. They must choose. And we rear them and we teach them and we tell them right from wrong, but ultimately it's their choice. And the same is true in marital relationships. When we're married, we allow our spouses the latitude to choose whatever they will choose in any moment. Controlling behavior is repugnant, it's pure evil, and we must learn that the only control that we truly have is our inner world and our relationship with God. And we must choose for ourselves, not for everyone else around us. I hope this made sense to you. A lot of people are suffering in very dysfunctional relationships because they either are being controlled or they're trying to control their spouse or their child. And ultimately, it's a rocky road and a shipwreck. And if you want to correct your life and have more peace in your life and in your home, you must commandeer and steer your own ship. God bless you. Peace on earth in our time.